Okay, everybody, we have this little miss here, and we have been working on, as you've seen in the last video, our backing to get it to where she will nicely comply and we will nicely release. She's a little worried. We just keep practicing. Now, I haven't done a lot, but I did want to get into the next part of this, which is where you might not use your rope to do any driving. You might have an object. Now, I have absolutely zero experience with her in regards to whether or not she thinks something like this is a big deal or not. Plenty of horses do feel like sticks and flags and things that crinkle and stuff like that are a big deal, and you might just want to check that out. So this step is going to be about acclimation a little bit to this, but because it's kind of noisy, we can actually use this as a little bit of a driver. And she checks in with me, is that cool? Everything's cool. What we don't really want to do, if we can help it, is have this thing going crazy with her because she's already a little bit worried. We'll have her check it out. She can have a little sniff if she so needs to. And as I bring this up higher, she's going to want to be able to see and check it out. But I don't want her careening around if I can help it. I don't want her getting so worried that I can't teach her anything. We can't teach horses with fear other than just straight muscle memory. We might get somewhere with that, but it's not a thinking phase for them. So my next thing about drive is where I can use my rope. I can get bigger. And then our last thing is our aids, our little tools that we can use that give us a little bit of space. So if I touch her, she gets a little bit worried. So I know that it is a driver. So if I say back up, 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 back up. Oh, okay. So it took a little bit, but the point, the end result is that she moved backwards. And it's a driver. We're telling her to leave us. We're doing something that is causing her concern enough to get away from our space. So we always have to be sure that we only do as much as we need to. Back up, back up, back up, and not anymore. Because what we really actually would like to be able to do is get away from these things. Not that they aren't handy, we can touch, there's a little bit better, there's maybe the other shoulder, that shoulder, the nose. Acclimation to these things are fantastic. Horses do need it. I think it's great to teach them. And we can teach them with a little bit of distance, like, you okay? Gives us a little bit of space. We can touch the legs and see if she's kind of okay with that. That kind of thing is great. And then we can use it as a driver. Back up, there we go. But the release of it, the removal of the aid, the removal of the thing is really important. So let's do a little more backup. She's thinking about it. We'll give it a little shake, say back up, back up, back up. She's thinking about leaving. Back up, there, something like that. And it's just perfect. Now, if you want to use these things, these little bit scary objects on the side of a horse, not in front of them, where they're going to feel, well, relatively safe. They can leave, they can escape, they can go left, they can go right, all kinds of places. If you want to use it on the side of the horse, it's a great idea to start to get them used to it first. Now, I'm actually mildly amazed she's managing this so well, but I do expect her to get kind of concerned and try to leave. We get it towards her bum and see what happens. But this is a driver. We are driving. So if I want her to go back again, I might do that and get her to go backwards. But we'll go on to other steps of groundwork, which I've shown in other videos, but we'll do it again with her, with both the rope and the flag. But this is sort of an introduction, and it's very important to introduce horses to aids because people use them. And sometimes they're kind of handy because they give us that distance. And sometimes they're kind of handy so we don't get our hands dirty. And sometimes they're kind of handy because we feel safer if we touch their feet and legs with something other than our hand. It doesn't mean the horse is going to feel any better though, because a lot of times our hand feels better, but we can start with something like this for sure, especially get them a little bit more used to things, and that would be good. Especially if you have a pile of trust. If they look at you and they think you're kind of a good person, then they will hopefully think that you're not out to give them any trouble. Good. Anyways, so that's sort of the, I don't know, the nutshell version of using aids to get things to happen, like back up, back up, back up. There we go. You could get that audio cue to work as well with something like this. All right, that's it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.